Hey, what's up? Okay, so I told you I'd shoot you a video on how to go ahead and import the samples and make sure the file size stuff is working and it's all loading correctly. So it seems to be working on my side. There's still lots of other little things I'm trying to tweak because I just redid this whole interface. So the first thing is I just got rid of the classic interface because it's just easier just to support the one code base. So here's the new look. Let's do a couple things. One is I'm going to go ahead and just add some files. So let's add, I will grab this one because I just created that so I can show you that. So select this, and notice it's like a 510 megabyte. So okay, put it in. This should have these two programs with all the different key groups. All looks good. I can see all the pads. The way this auto scrolls, I gotta fix that. I'll fix that tomorrow. But it's there, it works. You can also see the zones with all the information. You can, if you click on a wave, if you double click on one of these, it'll bring up the individual sample right here. Right now this doesn't allow you to drag and drop. It did in my old version. I gotta fix it on the new version. I'll fix that this week, but it's here. So you can trigger it, do all kinds of stuff. You can adjust your program settings. You can adjust some of the key group settings, etc. Okay, so that's all there. But the main thing is in terms of the structure being there. It is, like I said, if you just go back on the, so we have staging, which is like where you put all of your files here as like, these are the files you might want to add in there. And then you actually have the tree, which shows you this is the actual like structure, like your disk volumes, partitions, depending on what you're doing, if it's a GoTech or SCSI. And then your programs, etc., all in there. You can also create new parts, do programs, new key groups manually. You can also do the manual. So just to show you a different example, let me clear these, hit the little trash can, clear all the samples, add files. Let's grab this partition here. So grab these files. So right now, if you look at the tree, it's empty. If I go back to staging, here are all these files. So I can drag them like one at a time and build up. You can move this around. You could get different velocities. Right, so you can make the shape whatever you want, how you want to layer the sounds. Okay, so you can do it all manually, that's fine. Or you could use this button here, which will just do it automatically. I'll choose one shot for each, do chromatic. I usually mess with this, just each key would get one note basically, right? Or one sample. I create program. There we go. Right. So it puts them all there. Cool. If you want to see how that overall, again, we have our tree structure. So you can see, sometimes you have to click on this. A couple times I think there's a hang because there's so many files or something. I gotta look at that, see why that's doing that. There we go. There's a delay in there. I'll fix that. But you can see the structure is there. If you want to see the overall structure with all the parameters, you can click on table. So here's all the parameters, which you can also change all the parameters in here. So it's all there. And just go ahead and hit send. So right now it's set to the S1000 or S1100 in my case. There's 99 samples. All that stuff looks fine. Hit convert. Currently converting. And sorry if I sound a little groggy. It's like 6 a.m. I've been up all night working on this. That was like one part. Those a lot of the other parts I was working on is actually this whole USB-C direct thing, which is super cool, which I haven't put out to the public yet. But I can transfer over. I have my own firmware now to connect to the Zulu, and I can send over. I'm still trying to get the speed up, but it's pretty cool. So anyways, you could just check the output folder of where I just put it. Right there, boom, there it is. I can also send it over the USB-C, which is super cool. I'll just hit dismiss for right now. Let's see, I already showed you loaded them. It's there. So anyways, it seems to be working pretty well now. So just one other thing, clear all those. Let's see, add. Where was it? I had some. Yeah, so like, let's try, I don't know, east-west. So it's obviously larger, what, 500, 600 megabytes, something like that. Notice when you're loading an image, so this is this is a S3000 that I was in, but it needs attention before export. That's fine. So I'm just going to hit keep the source layout. So it brought it right into the tree. So this is what, those were empty from that format. That's what I was detecting. I compared it to Kayutil, and it was picking up the same stuff. So again, here's all the files in the staging. Here's your tree, and you can also, again, you can check it in your table view of exactly what you have. So there you go, man. Hope that helps. There's gonna be I gotta finish tweaking a few things on this whole interface, and then I'll be shooting a lot more videos and put them on YouTube that explain all the different pieces. But just a real quick, so you have your sampler where you have your more traditional, put your zones, your pads, etc. So we have, click on any of those, see them. You have your the wave editing part where you can set the individual sample stuff up. You have your various parameters for the key groups, programs, etc. Velocity splits all over here. You have your library, which is kind of like a first beta version of it, but being able to get to all of your samples and bring them in easily is kind of the idea. Your table view to see overall. We have the slicer tool, so you can still slice up your samples. You can manually do it, hitting that little asterisk button there, clicking through, or you could do it detecting through transients, regions, BPM, whatever you want to do, right? So you can get these slices, you could export that back into the app, do slices, chops, or slices plus chops. I'll hit export back to the app. Cool. Okay. Go back into the sampler. I can go to staging, scroll to the bottom. There we go. There are all the slices that we just did. Okay. So anyways, it's coming together. Yeah, like I said, hope that helps. Hope you have fun. Let me know, like I said, there's lots of little tweaks I got to do this week on the newer interface here, but it's definitely, it's way easier now to create the programs, individually. The fact that we can actually now load it right into RAM is really badass. There's lots of little tiny things I'm kind of working on. So super cool. So that's it. Thanks again for your support. Hope you have fun.